Hello everybody and welcome to the second part of the new product creation videos on your RentalTrax inventory software management system. So we went through in part one how to set up your categories, suppliers, tax classes, your factors, and your creating a rental product and a standard product. But now we're going to get into virtual products and product packages. So we're continuing on where we left off there. So I want to create virtual products first. So right now, this screen you're looking at, if you're under products, list products, that's the screen we're looking at here. I've just got a filter on because I was looking up the last piece that we created. And I'm going to use the buttons along the top. So I'm going to create a new virtual product. Now this screen looks a little differently than the standard and rental products. So a little bit less, there's no serial number tab along the top. So we'll notice that right away. And what we're doing with a virtual product, I'll explain that first. A virtual product is any non-physical piece that you use for your business. So for instance, any fees, surcharges, setup fees, etc. But it can also be any items you subrent from a different person. You can put those into here as well so that you can still charge for them and create them on the order. It's just not a physical piece that you're tracking. So there's no inventory control on it. So I'm going to use my category. I've created a miscellaneous category because I'm going to create my fees right now. I'm going to put in one of my setup fees that I do. So I'm going to select my tax class that I charge, because I always still charge tax on it. And I'm going to charge this to be my large event setup fee if I'm a special event specialist. So I can set a barcode if I like, so I can use, if I'm using barcodes in maybe a catalog to scan quickly and add pieces in, I can do that. For my large events, I'm going to charge $2,000 to set it up. My cost price for this is the cost, what it's costing me to do this service. So I'm going to say I need 10 staff, and I'm going to have to pay them a total of $500 to do a large event. So the cost for the staff to set up a large event is $500. My replacement price for that, I'm going to leave as blank because there's no replacement value associated with setting up an event, so with a fee. So I'm going to set all that information up into here. I'm going to put my location as a fee, and I will put in my order text for my clients to see that this is setup fee for events 500 people and larger. You can set up whatever fees you want. Maybe you want an insurance fee, maybe you want maybe a delivery fee, a direct labor, indirect labor, and as many as you like. There's no limit, and there's no stock control on it as well. And once again, I can use my files tab at the top to enter, attach any files, any PDF files I like, and then I have my shop related tabs along the top. If you want information on those, once again, check out the web shop video as well. So I'm going to save that product. You can go through, like I say, and create as many virtual products as you like. If you want to see the ones you have in your system so far, when I'm in my list products, I can select virtual as the type, and I can see in here I've got lots of different fees. I've got there's my large event setup fee. I also have a price per square foot, a replacement product created, insurance, indirect labor, freight and postage, and the list goes on and on and on and on. The amount of fees and surcharges you can charge will definitely add up. So that's how we create our virtual products. Product packaging is a little bit different. We're going to work on that right now. So I'm going to click on the product package button here, and I'm going to see the list is a little bit differently. So on the left hand side, I'm going to let's create a new tent. So it's going to be for our tents. I'm going to set my tax class once again, just like always, and I'm going to create this as my 2013 tent package. I can then I want to then jump over to my right hand side, and I want to enter the products I need for this tent. So if I type in tent, it pops up with anything related to a tent. So I'm going to need a roof. I know that when I rent this piece. So I'm going to click on it to add the roof to my order. I can see it there, quantity of one, and the price column is showing me how much I normally would charge to rent one of the roof. So it gives me a basis to set my price on. That's why I do this first on the right hand side. I'm going to type in tent again. I know I'm going to need a center pole. I'm going to add some more products here, and I'm going to need to type in tent again, and I'm going to need perimeter poles. But I know that I'm going to need 4 perimeter poles. So obviously there's a lot more you can add to it, but you get the point of adding in your pieces into this system on the right hand side. So based on this information, I should charge 30 times 4 is 120 plus 50 is 170. I should charge $270 to rent all this, but when I package it together, I actually only charge $250, okay, to rent all those different pieces. It's all part of the system. My cost price for setting it up, once again, I'm going to put that it's $100. to set up the cost. And then just like we did before with our rental standard and virtual products, I set my factor group. My replacement price though for this is going to be quite high. I'm going to say it would cost me $5,000 to replace this tent if I did it. My location I will set to various locations based on item. My order text I will say medium white tent, see attached picture. When I do that, I would then set in my files tab, I would attach a picture of the tent and what it looked like. Then I'm going to come down and choose my dealer as well, and we'll say it's from the tent company. Once I've entered in that information, I can save that product. And what's going to happen then is when I go to rent out that tent, instead of renting it out in the individual pieces and renting a roof, then a center pole, then 4 perimeter poles, I've done it once. I look up the package, and when I rent it, and we'll show you in the order creation screen, it's going to show the client that they rented the tent, but it's going to show us on our pick sheet all the individual pieces that go into that. So I'm going to save and close that item and go back in here. Maybe I want to see what packages I have in the system. I sort by package, and I can now see my new pieces are all put into here. I see my 2013 tent package is ready to go. It's active in my system. So that's how you're going to create your virtual products and your package products. If you have any questions, feel free to get a hold of us at 888-925-6236. That's 888-925-6236. You can always shoot us an email at info@rentaltrax.com. You can always see the rest of the how-to videos online as well, or you can check us out on the web at www.rentaltrax.com.